some more personal questions. You frequently change your mind about ideas and stuff. We've been through COVID, we're still in it. I don't know how you guys are doing in Portugal. Last time I checked, it was pretty bad, but maybe the numbers have become better. Have you changed your mind about anything particularly that you would like to share to the audience that could be interesting?
Um, Recently, I think this whole COVID scenario brought um, a lot of changes in the way people work. Okay, so I think in Portugal we're not used to remote work. Okay, remote work in Portugal is actually called telework. Okay, which is, it sounds weird. It sounds like a name from the 90s. Okay, so people were not used to work, and I was actually expecting this to not take off, and it actually changed my mind. Right, it's taking off quite well in Portugal, so people are working remotely. Um, Even in our company, we actually became quite productive at working from home. I'm not forcing anyone to go to the office because people are still super productive and they're happy. I was expecting them to come to the office because they want to see people, um, but no, they're happy working remotely. I think it also will make us change how much do we grow the office and so on. So
Do you enjoy
uh,
it working from home or being a leader? Because I think you have to sort of provide a presence and be able to answer people, and maybe it's easier to do it when everyone is gathering. You can take 5 minutes talks, or
yeah, well, the culture people. So I spoke to a few other people on the space that run companies, and they typically say that working from home typically changes the culture, or at least they lose the culture. I think it's just a different culture, right? It's a culture where you need to stay, probably need to force yourself to talk more, to call the people you need to call, rather than just standing up and going to that person. But it also creates a sense of each one is responsible for their work, and I don't want to interrupt you by standing up and going to you because you might be super focused. So it creates a barrier to communication, and you will tend to focus on asynchronous communication. So through emails, through chat, that doesn't require the other person to lose their focus, and and uh, and you're still going to be achieving the same thing, right? It's just not. Most of the times, you don't need that sense of urgency that getting up and talking to that person, knowing that you will probably interrupt that person. So COVID also changed a little bit that, and we're seeing better productivity that way.
so actually you're very bullish on the consequences of remote, because if you view the discussion, people with skin in the game will try to win their argument. So of course, landlords will never accept a narrative where people only working from home actually works pretty well.
Depending on the industry, I think the tech industry will. I think this will only accelerate a 90% remote work in the tech industry. There's little, if you think about tech, you probably need, and I think they're more used to asynchronous communication already through the tools they use. You can probably have a workforce of 90% of people working from home. Maybe on the sales side, not so much. What I find interesting is, especially after what happened with WeWork, right? How is this whole space going to develop, right? So people will get tired from being at home, but WeWork failed. So what are the next ideas that are going to come out of it?